Hello there guys and welcome back to another video. Today we will be showing you what Rust on the console will look like and when you can expect it to arrive. Rust is a very performance-based game, so many players are very curious about how a console is going to handle it. Okay, so Rust is a hardcore survival game, and for this game to come to console, it will be pretty insane. Because you're packing heaps of content into a console which cannot run anything as well as a computer can. When playing Rust, you spawn in on a beach with multiple players around you, and the amount of things your game has to already load is incredibly demanding. Loading the oceans, lighthouses, and any events like oil rigs and cargo ships, the map, and many other things. Having all of these load quickly on a console would be one of the hardest tasks to do. However, it seems that Rust has defied the odds, as it is due to release on console in late 2020. Now, in Rust, you always have to worry about being killed by all the other players that are playing, and this is actually quite a big issue. See, if a console player buys a game and then joins it and has bad frames, it will get them killed 24/7, and they won't enjoy the game, so Rust on console will have to completely overcome this and find a way for console players to enjoy the game just as much as PC players are. Players attacking you can have much better weapons, and you won't stand a chance, so if that happens to you a couple of times in a row, it might discourage you from testing out the game. Hopefully the developers of Rust have sorted out a way to beat this issue, because they need to increase the player base. Now the next thing is that Rust is a game that requires a lot of time. Many console players are casual light gamers, when PC gamers usually play many hours a day. This completely changes the core gameplay of Rust. When it comes to playing across platforms, PC players will have a massive advantage over console players, as they will most likely not have played the game enough to get an upper hand. By the time a casual console player gets on a server, a PC player will have already built up an entire base. How are they supposed to beat that? This mix of casual console play with PC dedication playstyle just won't work. Maybe this won't be an issue, but you can imagine having PC players with much more loot and bows and everything. It would just be a nightmare. Although looking at it from a PC player point of view, I guess you can rejoice. Also, as we've said, Rust is a very complicated game, and building is a big aspect of that. Many players are wondering how Facepunch is planning on making the controls playable for console players, and they will have to be moving, shooting, and trying to control their recoil. Just ugh. Rust recoil is a big PvP factor and makes the game's PvP a different type of fun. Having console players makes a big opportunity for this to be ruined, as aim assist or something like that may be added, which will frustrate the old veterans of Rust. This might even ruin the experience of newer players who know Rust for its recoil and aim. And lastly, the Rust community have been always asking, when will Rust come to consoles, along with other information relating to that topic. However, unfortunately, they have never received a proper answer. Now, Rust has announced that they are going to release Rust for consoles within 2020, but they said it would probably be towards the end of the year. I guess this makes sense. They've given themselves the most amount of time to complete this massive project. And the Rust community are all so confused on how they're going to put such a performance-based game onto a console, as even some PCs have problems running it. But Facepunch Studios assured everybody that it will be done by the end of this year or after final chatter. They might also hold back the release of Rust, as there are new consoles coming like the PS5 or the Xbox X. This is actually quite likely, because it would definitely get their game more buys and popularity. And while nothing has been confirmed, I think it's very likely that Rust will make its debut on these newer consoles coming out. And that's all for today, guys. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you are all keen to see the new console version of Rust. I know for a fact that I'm curious to see how Facepunch is putting together this one, and I have faith that they will do very good with the final result. But for now, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Subscribe for more content on Rust, and I will see you in the next video.